everyone! This is Cool Cat! Cool Cat reviews Cat's movie! Being a cat, I was excited for a holiday cat movie, but this wasn't it! It's terrible! And the CSI, that's the correct word, is scary. It's not kid-friendly, and Taylor Swift is a pimp who corrupts cats with catnip. Shameful! Cats is cat porn at its worst! A dirty dog! Thumbs down!
So,
That was a real tweet by Cool Cat Loves You about this movie.
which
Anyway.
is the last movie of Terrible January. Can't believe I named it now at the last movie, but yeah, Terrible January.
And there's next year.
Of which these two decided to sit their cats.
Oh, Father, we have sinned.
I don't know how Valid intends to edit this video, but you will see our live reactions to this movie.
I'm gonna be putting that up as a separate video, probably a few days later. So yeah.
Watch out for that, which is just us screaming.
We literally just watched it. I don't remember what we talked about.
Well, that's why I have these questions laid out for you.
No.
Our savior is here.
We were literally thinking, like, how can Tara ask questions that make any sense for this?
Do we even remember any part of the movie that we can talk about?
No. Okay, lay it on us.
Alright, first question. Which one do I even begin with?
Start soft.
Okay, I'll start soft.
The whole movie was soft because they were cats.
No!
Okay. You know what? Actually, this is probably a good one to start with because it's just one. This is just me being curious because I never saw this in any of the footage and everything.
Mm-hmm.
According to Wikipedia, there was a dog. Please tell me that the dog wasn't also a person.
The dog.
We did not see the dog.
The dog is never shown visually.
No.
Oh, okay, cool.
It is so basically like it's like on the other side of a door trying to break in. So
Okay.
I
I imagine you're going to include what we talked about the dog, but
yeah.
I'm just glad that at least one animal was spared in this movie.
Yeah, the other part of the question was I vaguely remember there are mice children.
Takes me back to Vietnam. Yes, there are also tiny cockroach people with faces.
Yes. And Rebel Wilson just starts eating them.
Yes. She consumes them. And I imagine you're going to ask about the Rebel Wilson scene?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. Go on.
Okay. Everything you've heard about the Rebel Wilson scene is true, but it is more horrifying to watch it unfold in person.
Yes.
Oh god.
It's traumatic.
Yes, because like you can do whatever you want with your body, but there were too many times where Rebel Wilson had her legs splayed open, and I did not feel comfortable
And she
watching
like
that.
at least twice she literally had her tail like coming like up like between her legs up in front of her, and I'm just like,
Gross. And yeah, everything that anyone has ever heard about that scene is true, but like increase it by 200 because it's so much worse when you actually watch it.
Yes.
Oh god.
Especially the mice children took like I remember that they were there, but it still took me by surprise. Like that whole sequence, I'm just screaming.
And
He eats them too, doesn't she? No?
yes. Oh, the mice?
Yeah.
I think so.
She eats everything.
Yes.
Oh god.
Like, not to be super rude to Rebel Wilson, but this movie made her very unpleasant, and I don't think I can erase that from my mind.
Are we gonna say that like that's like the worst scene?
I think so.
Oh, that answers
Because at
my
least the
other
Taylor
question.
Swift scene was funny.
It wasn't?
But
Okay, it
I-
was in one aspect, yeah, okay.
In one aspect, yeah, but the cool cat aspect.
that was one of the other questions I had, which was, what was the most horrifying part of this movie? Do you
Rebel
guys
Wilson.
feel traumatized in any way? I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
I think it's either there's also that really weird scene after like Deuteronomy is that's the only name I remember now because
Yeah.
Valence said that it's a book of the Bible.
Oh,
There's like that scene where the cats are all like dancing in a weird, suggestive way. Yeah. But I
So
think
wait.
the Rebel Wilson scene's still the worst
Wait,
one.
do you have a question about Taylor Swift or no?
I figured you guys would probably naturally go into that, so I
Okay,
actually
so
do not have
we have to mention that again in that Cool Cat tweet. He says like Taylor Swift is a pimp, right? And it's like okay, haha, it's Derek being weird. Taylor Swift basically is a pimp in this movie. He's right.
She like has at first it's like a little bottle of catnip, right? But she like descends on this like moon apparatus, and as she's singing, there's catnip that comes out of it. So she's drugging all of the cats in that room.
Yeah, she's literally like a drug dealer. Also, the Rebel Wilson scene, or not Rebel Wilson, the Taylor Swift scene doesn't come until like I don't know, at least 2/3 into the movie, which means
It was
What?
Yeah.
which means Daddy Derek had to have watched Cats for at least 2/3 of it.
Oh god.
Yeah. And that's the thing he complains about, not Rebel Wilson. He
Yeah.
complains about Taylor Swift.
But just the fact that basically he's right.
We agree with Daddy Derek on one thing.
One thing only.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Next question.
Okay, this was the first question I wrote because I genuinely do not know the answer to this, but can either of you tell me the plot of this movie? Because even after reading the Wikipedia and watching various reviews, it's still a bit lost on me what exactly the plot of this whole thing is.
How about we both try to do it ourselves? So, Valen, you
Okay.
give your summary and I'll give mine.
I think the idea is the cats like want to go to heaven or something, and like
Okay.
Judi Dench cat Deuteronomy, it has like the ability to like send a cat to heaven or something. I don't know.
He
and-
kills them?
No, well, I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay, in terms of going up to heaven, what happens is they get in like a hot air balloon and it flies up into the sky and then disappears into like a cloud that's shaped like a cat face. So
They die. They
I don't-
die from lack of
they are
oxygen.
released from this hell. But okay, so but then there's like Idris Elba cat who looks like okay, Judi Dench and Idris Elba like look the worst.
Yes,
They
they
look
do.
the worst. Like Judi Dench literally just looks like a normal, just human face with just like a lion mane around it. It looks like really bad. And then Idris Elba, like he looks the most like naked, if that makes any sense. It just looks
Because
does not
like
look
he
great.
has short hair, but also the color of his fur is like an actual skin tone.
Yeah,
So that man looks naked, but he also looks horrifying.
he's like naked but like hairy at the same time.
It's so gross.
Yeah. So anyway, but Idris Elba cat like wants to go to heaven, so he's like trying to like I don't know magic away everybody. I don't fucking know. Including like Rebel Wilson, this like
Gandalf cat.
Gandalf cat.
Gandalf cat.
Yeah, Ian McKellen is in this.
Oh yeah, I always forget that he's
Yeah.
also.
It's this like cat that's like supposed to be like a fat person that like his fur looks like a tuxedo. It looks really distracting and weird. Some other people, I don't know. But then basically like Judi Dench is like, no, you're bad, and then he's like, and like that's it. I don't know. And then there's like some
What?
other cat that's like been like homeless, and like the other cats like have been like ignoring her. but like the main cat is like nice to her or something, and then they sing a song that goes on for like 18,000 hours, and then apparently Judi Dench is like, "You're good enough to go to heaven." So the homeless cat goes to heaven and gets swallowed up by the cat cloud, and then that's the end of the movie. Oh no, it's not the end of the movie, because then Judi Dench like talks to the audience for like 5 minutes about like cats are this, and we're like, what the fuck is going on? So that's the movie.
Man.
Okay, so my summary is I'm gonna kind of go in chronological order. So lead cat gets thrown away, and then she gets like inducted into this cult called Jellicle Cats. A bunch of weird shit happens, and she meets a bunch of weird, kind of gross, disgusting cats. And then eventually Idris Elba shows up. And then, like, homeless cat shows up, and she sings, like, 3 songs about how sad she is. Then everyone gets drugged. Then Deuteronomy gets, like, Idris Elba'd away. But then she gets resummoned by Magician Cat, and then she sends homeless cat to heaven.
I like how we somehow like told different things, but yet neither of us were wrong.
And you know what the even sadder thing is?
You still don't
You
understand.
still don't get the
I
plot.
know the plot of this movie.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
wait. So are you suggesting that the whole plot of this movie is someone voting instead of active? Wait. This is like what's it called? What's that show called where everyone's on the island?
Survivor?
Yeah. No, that's Survivor. The one where it's like you have to play, like you're working against each other and everything, and people get voted off the island and stuff.
Isn't that Survivor?
Survivor? I don't know.
I don't know. Well, the thing is, it's not like that though, because it's just all up to Judi Dench. So it's like
No. The thing is that instead of people not wanting to get voted off the island, it seems everyone wants to be the one
true.
voted off.
They want to be
Yeah,
released from this hell.
Yeah. So basically, I guess this movie is about wanting to embrace the sweetness of death. And, like, I don't blame them. Because I felt like that watching this movie.
Somehow I don't think that I would want a movie with that kind of plot around, like, cats, but anyway,
Take that up with Andrew Lloyd Webber. He wrote the goddamn musical.
If you didn't know how much was actually spent on this movie, how much would you have assumed this was to make?
$15.
I know it's like 100, like 50 to like plus or whatever, but yeah.
$15.
It's not even. Here's the thing. It's not that the quality. Okay, because again, we saw you like the fixed version, right? So ignoring that, but like, it's not like the actual like the quality of the renders is bad. It's that like. Well, first of all, the compositing is bad, and like there's moments where it does still look like that, like they're not like actually like on the ground at times. But like it's just the visual like idea behind everything is just no. Like
So we had talked at length about this, about how this would have been a better movie if it was animated.
Yeah, I think so.
yeah.
And
I
like
think
that too,
even-
like drawn by like actual furry artists, so that this could look good.
Yeah, I think even the lack of, because you can have movies that don't have a plot and stuff, so it's not
Yes.
even like. But it just
Yeah, I was
doesn't
saying that like
fit.
this could work if it was animated and they sort of played it kind of like Fantasia, almost.
Yeah, that would have.
Then it could have worked, but they didn't do that, so it doesn't work.
They also have to take out all the sex stuff, because
Yes.
in America, people are like, oh, only children watch animation, and then these stupid parents are gonna send their 5-year-old children to watch Cats, and they'll be traumatized forever.
I mean, instead you just have adults that are traumatized forever.
I guess that leads into my next question, which is how terrible was the CGI? Did you notice the human-like hands during some of the scenes?
Oh!
Or the parts that were really awkward?
Again,
Magician Cat had veiny, human-colored hands.
yeah.
Oh.
And apparently he's only like 28, but he looks like twice that age.
And then there's this cat that's wearing like red pants, and
Oh
you
my
can see
God.
like his man like chest area, like, you know, you can see stuff. At least it seemed like that to me.
Yeah.
And then Idris Elba just looks naked. This movie is horrifying to watch. Like, body horror. Like, if you don't want the scary body horror, this is body horror for you.
Oh god.
It's, yeah. Again, it's
And-
not, like, seeing, like, other people talk about it, or maybe even seeing some pictures, or even some GIFs, is, like, it's not equivalent to watching it yourself.
No.
Oh god.
It's safe to consume out of context.
It is worse than anything that you have seen out of context, probably.
Oh god. Next is... Were you both aware of the quote-unquote cat school the actors went to, and do you think it paid off here, since apparently they had cat school instead of spending time on other...
I did remember hearing about that after you mentioned it, but
yeah,
like it's
Amanda
so
talked about that.
it's inconsistent though. Like there's sometimes they crawl on all fours, sometimes they don't, and it's like I don't know.
Yeah, there's this scene where the homeless cat, she like turns around, gets down on all fours, and like crawls away, and I'm just like, but all the other cats looking at her are standing on 2 feet, and they're staring at her, walking away, and I'm like, huh? And then the meowing.
Oh my, yeah, there's like two, it's only like twice too. Like 2 or 3 times where they're just like a bunch of them just are like meowing in unison, but it's like it's clearly humans pretending to meow and not like actual cats. It's really uncomfortable.
So disturbing.
Oh god. I'm sorry. What did you guys think of the songs and the people singing them? I actually didn't hear that much about how the songs were sung / if they were good.
I mean, we're just like we kind of just weren't paying attention, but like that started because like
The songs are boring.
the instrumentation in this movie is weird.
Yeah, there's a lot of synth, and like the setting doesn't really lend itself to that,
No.
because you're in like olden times London, I guess, because like we saw like 2 vehicles and they looked hella old. They're like not from the 80s. So there's synth, but then there's like
Yeah.
also regular instruments.
Like in
and-
terms of some of like the backgrounds and like the set design ever, I would think this could be like some sort of almost like jazz could maybe fit. But like
Yeah.
again, there's like weird like synthy moments that just don't work. And even besides that, like there's a lot of times where like there's just very few instruments used. It's like there's like 3 instruments or something used at once, which is like, and again, like, you know, I'm not saying like every single moment has to be like, you know, a big bombastic soundtrack, and I get the point of like sometimes you need like simple things to fit the mood, but this doesn't work. It just comes off as like it feels weird. It sounds like it doesn't fit well.
Yeah, because okay, like 2 things, one related to this, one not related. So the one that's related is that I feel like a lot of the songs were not of the same genre. So that's why they didn't really fit together, because I feel like a lot of musicals, they tend to follow at least some kind of like standard, I guess. But there are a bunch of songs that are like, you know, yeah, synthy, or like kind of like more Broadway, or more like I don't know, bad. And then some of the singers are like okay, like their voices are fine, but then you have like Jason Derulo as one of the cats. I don't know. The second thing is that so Taylor Swift is in this movie.
I didn't know that, man.
Yeah, and when she's singing, you can hear her fake ass accent coming through.
Oh, yeah.
And it's so weird.
I mean, a lot of the accents, like, you can tell are not real. And it
Oh wait,
sounds
Yeah.
I thought Cats was in Chicago. It's in London.
Yeah. Apparently.
We saw Big Ben, and they talked about...
mentioned the Thames at one point.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's apparently not in Chicago.
I didn't know.
I thought at first it was in New York, but thank God it's not.
For once.
We are all spared.
England can deal with this one. I mean, Valen thought one of the cats looked like Boris Johnson, so maybe it makes sense.
Oh god. Did the actors and actresses at least seem like they were having fun, or did it feel pretty boring or more
It was
Oscar
like-
baity?
It was like a mix. It was like some of them, it looked like, so it was like, why are you enjoying this? That was some of it. But then
Ian McKellen looked like he wanted to take a nap.
Ian McKellen it literally looked like he was about to fall asleep. And like a lot of them also, especially the main, like the I guess the main character, she just looks confused like the whole time. So
She has the Frodo face.
yeah. But then there's others that are just like they just like stare at you with like creepy glee, and you're just like stop.
Oh,
There was a
God.
lot of just staring into the camera, and I think we both were very disturbed by that.
Yeah.
Were there some Oscar baity scenes?
Okay, you know, is it from Les Mis? That one, like, where you have, is it Anne Hathaway who's, like, singing, like, to the camera, and she's, like, you know, about how, like, her life is really bad or whatever?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
the scenes with, like, the homeless cat are kind of like that, not quite to the same degree, but similar, like, emotionally, so I guess you could kind of count that as Oscar baitish a little bit, but
Hmm.
I don't know.
We have 2 more questions, guys.
Okay.
Release us.
How terrible do you think the initial showing of this movie was?
Oh,
You mean the original cut?
the
Yeah, original,
the
yeah.
unpatched version.
Yeah.
The
Honestly,
original.
I
thing.
can't really like imagine it being that much worse because again, like there are still moments where like the hands don't look finished or whatever. So I'm just like, wait, it was like noticeably worse than this. Like how? So
Yeah, I kind of agree because, oh my god, there were so many times where we were just like, that doesn't look right.
yeah.
Oh god.
So I mean, I just don't really. Yeah, I don't know. Like again, if someone told me that, like, if I watched this version and someone said that was the unfinished version, I would believe you. So
Especially with the goddamn hands.
yeah. So
Alright. Last question. Which is, do you think it would have been more productive for the studio to have donated all this money to animal shelters and to Cats
Yes.
Directly
Yes.
instead of making a movie?
Yes.
Literally,
This is a
it would be
rhetorical
better-
Question.
it would be better if they just burned the money. Just made a bonfire. It would at least look pretty for like a minute while it burned.
I just feel bad for actual cats, especially stray cats, since this movie is about stray cats.
This
so-
movie made me feel bad for furries.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I had to be like, furries do not claim this movie
They
because
don't
I've
deserve
like heard
this.
and seen that, and yeah, no, the furries out there, we see you. This is not you. We're very sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should have just like taken the money and been like, you know what? We don't need to make this movie. It's gonna be hideous. We'll just give it away.
Or just have made an animated movie.
Exactly, and like
Yes.
actually hired furry artists, and then maybe they could embrace this movie. But this movie is for no one.
And like honestly, because again, we had of course the original Fantasia in what, like the 40s, I think, and then Fantasia 2000. But like, I would be kind of down to see like a kind of a more, you know, modern sort of Fantasia kind of take on a movie, especially thinking like, you know, you could do it in many different sort of animation styles. You could do 2D, you could do CGI, you could do like sort of like Spider-Verse-esque animation. Like that could be interesting. I could be down to see something like that.
And then also like the various different like styles of music.
Yeah,
them being different would actually be to a benefit too.
Right.
Yeah, if it was just an ensemble, but they completely wasted
Yeah.
a lot of time and a lot of money.
And a lot of sanity. So,
All right.
I
Well,
guess...
do you guys have any other closing thoughts?
Don't watch Cats ever.
Like, literally, not even as a joke, I could not watch this on my own. I would not be able to do it.
We were talking about how, like, I was just like, yo, I don't know how people watch this quietly in a movie theater. Because I would just die.
I think, like, if I was in a movie theater watching this, I feel like I would literally, like, be too scared to move. Like, traumatized to my seat.
I think that's what one of the people who left a review said, isn't
Oh,
it?
yeah, no, one of, like, the really early reviews was like, oh god, I want to find that again. It was hella funny.
Like, they felt abandoned by humanity.
Yes.
Oh god.
It was a time.
I think at that point I would have either left the theater or I would have just been like, you know what? I'm just gonna sit here and enjoy my popcorn. I'm just gonna look at the popcorn and ignore what's going on.
I mean, I
Scroll
still
through
would have
your
at least, if you
phone.
wanted to enjoy your popcorn, I would have still, like, walked out, just sat in the hall and just eat the popcorn on the ground.
Sneak into a better movie.
Oh god.
Yeah, no, don't watch Cats, please.
Yeah, I feel like we have to give it a 0.
I was going to. This don't watch this movie.
Like,
it's a waste
The
of
thing
time.
is, it's not, like, I can't say that, like, oh, like, the plot is bad, or, like, it, you know, the characters made me angry, because it just isn't there. Like, there is zero reason to watch this whatsoever.
Like,
So it
if
gets a
you
0.
wanted any information, go watch, like, a review, because that's
Yeah.
all you need.
So
If you want to deeply traumatize yourself, watch the Broadway show. Don't give this movie
still
any
don't
time of
watch
day.
this. No.
Oh my lord. We're free!
We-
We're free!
Yay! I can now watch stuff with you guys again.
Oh god. Speaking of, what are we watching next for a normal show Sunday?
Are you sure, Valen? Are you sure it's a normal show Sunday?
Well, actually, the show Sunday, because of just the timing of things, it will fall on January 31st, but we're still going by, you know, what we said before, where if it falls on... If the Monday is the 1st and the Sunday is the last day of a month, we're still going to do the show Sunday.
Yeah.
So we are doing the normal thing, and Tara is up. So,
Yes.
what are we doing?
So for finally something I can we're going to be jumping in back to Disney, back to Marvel with WandaVision.
Woo!
Yes. I have heard good things.
I've seen basically only good things, so...
Same. So
I'm
I'm
looking
very
forward.
excited about this. I saw a trailer for it actually, so I'm happy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm ready for WandaVision to emotionally destroy me.
Yeah, I'm actually. I said before. I think I said this in the 2020 retrospective for thinking of 2021 that, like, I could honestly see this being, like, actually really good.
Yeah.
So, do we know how many?
Especially these-
Do we know how many episodes there are? Because I know we're watching basically. Because I think they released 2 episodes the first day.
Wasn't
Oh,
it
they did?
3?
Did they? Well, because
Oh,
let's
it's
see.
3.
Well, it's 3, but as of now. So, because there will be another
it
one.
was
There will
2?
be
Okay.
so there will be another one released on the 29th. So I guess we're
Mm.
watching 4 episodes. I think because they're probably about the length as of the Mandalorian episodes, I would think, right?
Yeah.
So 4 episodes. That'll be what we get.
And
Yeah.
then we'll
See,
just
29
actually end on a
yeah.
cliffhanger.
so 4 episodes. Okay, so we're watching the first 4 episodes of WandaVision, something that's actually going to be relevant at the time of posting the video. Imagine that.
Yay!
Woohoo!
And yeah, I'll be very interested to see how this goes, and yeah, hopefully it's very good, and it will save us from our sins. So yeah, that'll be this next Sunday. Keep a lookout for Maya and I's live reactions to Go Watching Cats. That video should be up, I don't know when, in a few days. I have a lot of shit to do, actually, kind of in the short amount of time, but we'll see.
Yeah, I might suggest just keep your volume kind of low, because I scream a lot, so be careful.
Yeah.
Maybe put a warning in the beginning.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, that'll go up at some point. And then we will WandaVision is Sunday, and then after that, finally, normal movies.
Wow.
I do not remember what is on our list at all.
I remember that I have to tell people what I replaced my last one with.
Oh yeah, because you.
Oh, do you want to do that now? Actually.
Well, no, we're gonna do that after WandaVision because that's when we actually
Oh,
see
after
the thing.
WandaVision.
I still remember what it is.
I don't.
I still committed to it.
Okay. All right.
Bye,
We're
guys.
done.
Bye. We are free.
End us.